Right. Oogenesis. The same chapter, women reproductive system. Yesterday we discussed about the mammary glands, spermatogenesis. Now, oogenesis. The gametogenesis which is occurring in female body is called as oogenesis, or the process of formation of applied ovo, unfertilized egg from diploid EMC, egg mother cell, EMC, egg mother cell, is nothing oogonium. This process is called as oogenesis. How oogenesis occurs? Now, just listen. Right. Now, it is the female body, you know, diaphragm, thoracic cavity, abdominal cavity. Now this is pelvis area. Now this is the ovary. This is another ovary, a pair of ovary. Now it is the fallopian tubules. Now it is uterus, cervix, vagina. Right. Now this is the total female reproductive system. In this female reproductive system, what is this? Reproductive organ, primary reproductive organ, that is gonad, that is ovary. Now, this ovary, it is ovary. It is ovary. Now, when you take a large ovary, now the surface of the ovary, surface is called a germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. The remaining internal part is having connective tissue, fluid connective tissue, not blood, fluid connective tissue. That is stroma. So that means internal is stroma, the surface is germinal epithelium. Again, this stroma is central is medulla, outer is cortex and medulla. These are the two regions of stroma. Stroma made with connective tissue. The stroma is covered by general epithelium. Now this is internal anatomy of ovary. What is this? General epithelium. So cells is called as germ cell. Each germ cell is undergoes mitosis. As if germ cell is undergoes mitosis, two daughter cells will be formed. One daughter cell remains in its own place as again germinal epithelial cell. That means among these two daughters, one is remains as germ cell. That is remain. The another one is a far in the stroma and reaching medulla. Now, it is a daughter cell of a single daughter cell of germinal epithelium. Like it is also formed. This is germinal daughter cell. This is called as oogonium. The oogonium formed by the mitosis of germ cell. This is the germ cell. Actually, the germ cell is undergoes mitosis and form two daughter cells. One daughter cell remains as germ cell. The another one falling stroma. In the stroma middle part, that is medulla. Now this is called as oogonium. This oogonium is finally become egg. Hence, it is called as egg mother cell. Egg. Without oogonium, there is no egg. Of course, germ cell is also there, but germ cell is remain as a germ cell. Right? One germ cell is remain as a germ cell. The other germ cell, which is become as oogonium. From this oogonium, oogenesis will be continued. Alright. Hence, it is act as a egg mother cell, EMC. Right. Now, see. What it is? EMC. Egg mother How many? Right. Now, it is very important. Now, see. Now, it is the female reproductive system. It is the female reproductive system. Right. Now. Right. Now. Alright. When you are in mother womb, female. Now, see the uterus of mother. Now, female. Embryo, female. That is fetus. Right? Now, right. Now, fetus. Right. Now, see. Pregnancy mother. Mother is pregnancy. Now it is uterus. It is embryo. The embryo sex of embryo. Maybe female, maybe male. Okay. If it is female, ovary. Now this ovary belongs to the fetus or mother. Now I am saying the fetal ovary. That means this oogonia formation. This oogonia formation when a female as a fetal ovary, right? But in males, now instead of oogonium, spermatogonium. All spermatogenesis is occur after the puberty. After the 14-15 years, the spermatogenesis occur. But in female, it is very interesting. Right? Initial, see. Now what it is? Germ cell, which is undergoes mitosis and form two daughter cell. One daughter cell remains as germ cell. Okay? This is undergoes repeated mitosis and form thousands of oogonia. This is thousands of oogonia. Like 2 millions of oogonia. 2 millions of oogonia is present in fetal ovary. That means up to this step, up to this initial oogenesis occur when a female in fetus. Right. Now this is, right, multiplication phase. Because the cell will be in fetus. Now what it is? Oogonia. Okay, once again, what it is? Germ cell. The germ cell is undergoes mitosis and form two daughter cell. Among this two daughter cell, one daughter cell remains as a germ cell. Right. Another oogonia is undergoes repeated mitosis and form increasing their number. Right. This is called as multiplication. After the multiplication, growth phase. Right. Now, among this oogonia, some oogonia, right, become cluster. Right. Now, see. Now, it is what? Now, this is oogonia. How many? 2 millions. Right? After this, 2 millions is divisible into batches. Now, this is a cluster. Cluster of oogonia. In this cluster, maybe 100, maybe 1,000. In this cluster, one oogonia. Only one oogonia. Total oogonia, 2 millions. These 2 millions are right. Divided as a cluster of cells. Like this, some thousands of clusters. This is millions. Who are millions? Oogonia. 2 million. 2 millions of oogonia. Now separated and arranged as a cluster. Now it is a one cluster. In this cluster, central cell, that is central oogonia, feeds other oogonia and grow inside. They stop the division. Once again, it is cluster of oogonia. It is cluster of oogonia. It is also cluster of oogonia. Like this, some thousands of clusters inside oogonia. After the cluster, what is the central oogonia? The central oogonia feeds another oogonia and grow inside. Now it is growing inside. Now this is called a primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. This primary oocyte. This primary oocyte. Now it is primary oocyte. Okay. Before primary oocyte, what is that stage? Oogonia. Now this is other oogonia. This is other oogonial cells. Other oogonia. Some are consumed and growing inside. This is central primary oocyte. Right. Remaining oogonia is a form a layer. Now this is called as granulosa cells. Granulosa cells. Right. Now these granulosa cells form a layer around the primary oocyte. Now these two together is called a primary follicle. Primary follicle. Follicle, a bag, a sac which contains egg. That is called as primary follicle. Now what is this total primary follicle? In this primary follicle, what is the central cell? Primary oocyte. Right? Now what is the surrounding cells? Granulosa. Granulosa cells. Now before this stage, a cluster of oogonia. Cluster. Maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000, whatever it may be clusters. In this cluster, central cell, one central oogonia feed the other oogonia, grow inside and become a primary cell. The remaining granulosa cells form a layer. Now this is called as granule. Right. Now this is the primary follicle. Right. Now she is a pregnant woman. Right. 9 months is completed. The baby is coming outside. If this baby is containing female, if the sex is female, she is having ovary. When you go to the scan to the ovary of newborn baby, right? Now it is the ovary. Now containing primary follicles, which containing, it is now what is primary follicle. That means already growth phase, which is occur in fetal stage. That means up to this, which is occur in fetal movement. Okay. Now see the newborn baby, fetal movement containing 2 millions of EMC, egg mother cell. That is oogonia. These 2 millions of egg mother cell is present in fetal movement. When it is come to the outside, the oogonia changes and become primary follicle. That means the newborn baby ovary containing primary follicle, in which primary oocyte is there. Right. Now come to this. Right. Now see, it is cluster. See. Now it is oocyte. Primary oocyte. Now granulosa cells. Right. Now this is primary oocyte. All together is called PF. primary follicle. Primary follicle. Right. Now, this stage, this primary follicular stage remains up to puberty. Primary follicular formation, when we can see, right, in the fetus, this baby is come to the outside, that is called as newborn baby. When you take the scan to the ovary of newborn baby, now this primary follicle system. Okay, that is 1 year. Now, up to puberty, that means 12 years. This is as it is, right? Some primary follicle is degenerated from birth to puberty. This is maybe 12 years gap. In this 12 years gap, some primary follicles are degenerated. The process of degeneration of primary follicle is called as follicular ectasia. Follicular ectasia. Right. The degenerated follicle is called as ectasia follicle. Okay, just listen. You can understand. Right. Now, egg final, when the female reaches puberty, right, 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles may be there in her ovary, single ovary containing 60 to 80,000 follicles. Right. When, what is the term? Puberty. But newborn baby containing more than this, maybe 1 lakh. But from birth to puberty, some follicles are degenerated. A process is occurred for the degeneration of follicle is called as follicular ectasia. The degenerated, some patch-like structure. This is the pattern. White patch-like structures we can see. Right. At puberty, this is called as ectasia follicle. Alright. How many primary follicles is there at puberty? 60,000 to 80,000. Now, see. Now, what is this? This is primary oocyte. It is covered by granulation cells. Right. Now, this is called as primary. Now, after some time, right, after the puberty now changes. Now, after the puberty changes. Right. There is no changes from birth to puberty. Birth to puberty. Suppose you take 7 years girl ovary. 7 years girl ovary. When you take the scan, right? What is the ovary containing primary follicle? 8 years primary follicle. Right. Up to puberty, the primary follicles remains as it is, but some may be degenerate. The number may be decreases. Right. Now, what is these 2 millions? Oogenesis. When you find out these 2 millions in fetal, after the birth, no more added or formation of oogonia. That number of 2 millions maybe decreases. There is no new oogonia. That means initial oogenesis. Initial oogenesis which is occurring from ovary. That may be continued. That may continue after the puberty. But internal primary follicles from birth to puberty as it is. Right. Now birth to puberty. Now the next one. What is this primary oocyte? This primary oocyte. Now this primary oocyte is as it is. Okay. Now what is this granulation cells? They divide and form double layer. Now it is 1 layer. It is second layer. Now, what is this surrounding to the primary follicle? Right, stoma. This is all is present in stoma. Now, the stoma form a layer that is called as theca. Now it is called as secondary follicle. What is the difference between primary follicle and secondary follicle? The primary follicle containing primary oocyte which is covered by single layer granulocyte. Now what is this? Primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. This primary oocyte is covered by double layered granulosa cells and theca. This theca is formed by right stroma, surrounding stroma. But second layer is formed by the lesion. This is the primary follicle, it is secondary follicle. Right? Now come to this. Tertiary follicle. Tertiary follicle. Now primary oocyte. Right. A gap will be formed between two granulosa cells. Layers. It is inner layer, it is outer layer. Name this cell granulosa cell. See, now it is inner granulosa, right? It is outer granulosa. Now it is theca. Theca. Now a gap, a cavity will form. This cavity is called as antrum. Antrum. Now primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle. Right. The primary follicle, what is present in the primary follicle? Follicle means sac. Sac. In the sac, primary follicle is, what is the primary? Primary sac. Okay. It is covered by granulosa cells. How many layers? Then it is, what is the next one? Secondary follicle. Secondary follicle as primary oocyte but covered by two layers of granulosa cells and theca. Right. Here one layer is there. The cells of one layer divide and form a new layer. Hence two layers. But what is this white layer? Theca. The theca is formed by stone. Now this is called as secondary. The presence of theca is the character of secondary follicle. Presence of antrum, cavity, the cavity between inner granulosa, outer granulosa. That means the two granulosa cells are separated and form cavity. That is called as antrum. The presence of antrum is the character of tertiary follicle. Tertiary follicle. Now see, now this is oogenesis. Right. Simultaneously you can understand. It is somewhat complicated. Right? Now, what is this? Germ cell. Now this is the germ cell. Germ cell. It undergoes mitosis to form into daughter cells. One daughter cells remain as a germ cell. Okay. Now what is another cell? Oogonium, which is fall into the center. Right. This oogonium undergoes again repeated mitosis and form thousands of oogonia. Right. This is nothing, multiplication phase. Right. After the multiplication, right. Thousands or hundreds or thousands become cluster. In this cluster, central cell feed one oogonium stop the division, undergoes feeding and grow inside. This is called as primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. So this is called as growth phase, as it is in spermatogenesis. This is called as multiplication. This is called as growth phase. Right. After the growth phase, what is the reason? Primary oocyte. This primary oocyte undergoes meiosis on unequal large. One is a large, one is a small. One is a large, one is a small. The large one is called as secondary oocyte. The small one is called polar body. Polar body. These both are not equal. In the spermatogenesis, meiosis one is equal. Due to this, in spermatogenesis, two secondary spermatocytes will be formed. Here, only secondary oocyte one, another one is polar. Right. Again, these two is undergoes meiosis 2. Meiosis 2. Meiosis 2 unequal. Again unequal. Who? Secondary oocyte. Secondary. Alright. The secondary oocyte is undergoes meiosis 2 and form ovum unequal. The large one is called as ovum, small one is polar body 2. It is polar body 1. Right. Now this is the oogenesis. At the end of oogenesis, how many eggs form? Only one egg. At the end of spermatogenesis, how many sperms is formed? 4. But here only 1 egg. But it is not easy. Right. Now up to this fetal ovary. Newborn baby ovary containing 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles. Now the primary follicles remains as it is up to puberty. That means 10 or 12 years. The primary follicle is take the rest. This primary follicle is converted into secondary follicle. Secondary follicle is converted into tertiary follicle. Tertiary follicle is converted into Graafian follicle or mature follicle. This conversion at puberty. That means initial oogenesis in the fetus. Right. That will be continued. What is this phase? Multiplication. The multiplication is not repeat after the puberty. This multiplication of oogenesis occur in fetal ovary. The fetal ovary, which process is occur in fetal ovary, it continues in puberty. That means primary follicle is converted into secondary follicle converted to tertiary follicle is converted to Graafian follicle after the puberty. But here some gap is there. Now the girl is childhood. Neither puberty nor fetus. From birth to 12 years. That is childhood. In the childhood, the primary follicle is arrested as a primary follicle. Right. Now come to this last one. Right. Now, what is this? TF means tertiary follicle. Now it is called as secondary follicle. It is primary follicle. Now, see, very important. Now, what is this? Primary oocyte. Now, the primary oocyte, up to this, there is no change in the primary oocyte. Only layers number is maybe increases gradually. Single layer, 2 layer plus theca. Here with the cavity. Now, but at the end of tertiary follicle, what is this? Oocyte undergoes meiosis and form secondary. Now, what is this follicle? Tertiary follicle. At the end of tertiary follicle, it is secondary oocyte. Right? Name the egg. See, it is a final egg. It's the egg. Before this stage, secondary oocyte. Before this stage, primary oocyte. It is a stage of egg. It is egg. Right. Now what is this? Primary follicle. In this primary follicle, egg as primary oocyte. Now, what is the follicle? Secondary follicle. In this secondary follicle, egg as it is primary oocyte. That means there is no change in primary and secondary oocyte because they both are containing primary oocyte. But the change in covering layers now complete. Now what is this? Tertiary follicle. At this tertiary follicle, the primary oocyte completed meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 completed. Hence, it is called as secondary oocyte. Now come to this. Right. Primary follicle. What is the importance? How can I say it is a primary follicle? A primary oocyte is covered by single layer of granulosa cells. A primary oocyte, when the primary oocyte is covered by only single layer of granulosa cells, is called as primary oocyte. Now, what is this? Primary follicle becomes secondary follicle. In this secondary follicle, again, the primary oocyte is covered by inner granulosa, outer granulosa, and theca. So, it is also finished. The next one. Right. What is this? Tertiary follicle. Presence of theca. Right, theca and antrum is the character. Now it is a secondary oocyte. Now come to the next one, secondary oocyte. Now what it is? granulosa cells. These granulosa cells between secondary oocyte, the secondary oocyte cell, they produce a non-cellular gelatinous layer. Gelatinous layer. After the tertiary follicle, the secondary oocyte produce some gelatinous substance to the outside. Outside means secondary oocyte, outside to the secondary oocyte, and inside the inner granulosa cell. Now this granulosa cells is as it is. As it is. Now what is this antrum? Now what is this outer granulosa cells? Right. Now it is theca. Theca. Theca interna, theca externa. Right. Now this is called as Graafian follicle or mature follicle. But what it is? Inner granulosa, outer granulosa. Now this is the serial. Primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, mature follicle are also called as Graafian follicle. When tertiary follicle is converted into Graafian follicle, a new layer will be formed. Just immediate after the secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte, right. This is called as zona pellucida. Zona pellucida. Right. Now this is what it is. Inner granulosa is called as corona radiata. Corona radiata. Now it is called as antrum. Now what is this? Outer granulosa is called as membrana granulosa. Membrana granulosa. This is a technical names when as tertiary follicle become Graafian follicle. All these changes occur in the ovary after the puberty. After the puberty. Now see primary follicle, secondary follicle, theca. Right. Now antrum, PF, primary follicle. Yes, sir. Now what it is? TF. Now what it is? GF, Graafian. Now this is the takes place inside the ovary. Now after this Graafian follicles moves to the margin and attached to the wall of ovary. Then it will be ruptured. Graafian follicle along with wall of ovary. See, it is the Graafian follicle. This Graafian follicle is moved to peripheral margin and attached wall of ovary. Then it will be ruptured. Right. Due to presence of antrum. This is secondary oocyte is religious. Secondary oocyte with zona pellucida and corona radiata. But what is this? Theca and membrana granulosa remains inside the ovary. This is called as corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. Now this is called as ovulation. Right. For this ovulation, the Graafian follicles reach the margin to attach the wall. When it is attached to the wall, it will be ruptured. When it will be ruptured, right, inside secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte with two layers is come to the outside. Now this is secondary oocyte. This is zona pellucida. It is corona radiata. Now what is this? Empty Graafian follicle without secondary oocyte. It is Graafian follicle with secondary oocyte. This is the right. It is empty Graafian follicle. It is Graafian follicle with secondary oocyte. Now it is called as corpus luteum. Thank you.